Welcome to Goalie Training Pro TV, episode 51. This is for you if you ever get burning in the front of your shin, not the other kind of burning. This is for you. So, do you ever get it, especially in the first kind of 20 minutes on the ice, the front of your shins, you get like, it feels like they're cramping or like it's burning. And I think that has to do with sort of a lack of ankle control. And I started thinking about this. We train, actually, at Revolution, we train a group of downhill ski racers. So they're always in that fixed boot, and they have really terrible ankle dorsiflexion. So, this is dorsiflexion, closing down this angle in the front of your ankle. And it makes perfect sense. And then I got thinking about you guys and being in your skates and how that's a bit of a boot as well. So what I want to chat with you today is about getting really well acquainted with range of motion in your ankle and control at your ankle. Because again, it's almost like a Formula One race car driver who doesn't pay attention to their steering. Your skates are kind of your tires, that's what's in contact with the ice, but your ankles are kind of the steering, if you will. So we want to make sure that you've got good control and especially good mobility there so that you can get, I think you guys say like deep in your edges. Because if I can't get this dorsiflexion here, so say I get stuck there, which I actually see in the gym pretty often when I do assessments, well then if I want to get low, I have to kind of just get there by sticking my bum back and bringing my chest down. So I don't have that much power in my legs, plus my body's not in a great position. It's harder for me to get my glove up. I'm extending at my neck to see what's going on. And you're not aware of it, but even at the Turning Pro training camps, I'll video and I'll take pictures of guys, and quite a few guys are really in this kind of stance, and I'm sure in their mind, they're sort of reactive and they're low here in their legs, but that's not what they're doing. So we need to get, that dorsiflexion is essential part of the ingredient. So if you're having trouble getting into your good ready stance, really getting deep in your edges, I'd be looking at my ankle dorsiflexion so you can kind of get there and in a better position. So you can also try, and maybe try if you just go to stick and puck or something, not tying your skates all the way up to the top eyelet, leaving the first eyelet empty so that you actually get a little more freedom of motion. I wouldn't do that before a game if you haven't done it before, but something you could try just if you go to stick and puck or for a skate. So let's practice some control. I'll give you 3 really simple exercises that you can do. The first one is just a single leg closed chain circumduction. So a really complicated name for a super simple exercise. So I'm going to stand on my one foot and I'm going to trace kind of as big of a circle as I can. Really, it almost feels like I'm tracing that circle with my knee. What I'm trying to do is get as much dorsiflexion as possible, as much inversion as possible, and as much eversion as possible. It's also going to work my balance a bit and my control at my hip. I want to keep that foot flat so that I'm just working at my ankle. And you'll do kind of 3 slowly one way, 3 slowly the other way, and then switch legs. The second one, and some coaches don't like this because they think, oh my God, you're going to sprain your ankle doing that. Well, you guys are out on ice with skates and pads and sliding into posts, and you're kind of at a risky position anyway. It's really simple. You're just going to do a little hop, boom, 90 degrees, boom, back 90 degrees, boom, 90 degrees, back 90 degrees. That's all. So again, if you haven't hopped in since high school, okay, maybe leave this one out to start with, but really you shouldn't be spraining your ankle, just doing a nice little hop and stick, and make sure you stick that balance. So don't hop again until you've got that perfect point of balance. The last one I'm going to show you is comes from this FRC, this functional range conditioning that I include in a lot of the programs, and it's a lift off. This one you'll look at and you'll be like, well, that's stupid. Or you'll do it and you'll be like, that doesn't feel like anything. And you'll disregard it. Of all the drills I showed you today, this is probably the most important one to help you sort of get that dorsiflexion and get deep in your ankles. So what you're going to do is you're going to start by getting as deep in your ankle as you can. So I'm going as far forward as I can without my heel lifting up. And then I'm going to push my foot into the floor. So I'm trying to push my foot almost like I'm trying to hit the gas in the car. So I'll push my foot in for 15 to 30 seconds. Now what I'm doing is I'm turning on the muscles in the front of my shin like I'm trying to lift my foot up off the floor. I'm going to turn that on as hard as I can, and now I'm going to slowly rock back until my forefoot just comes off the floor, and I'm going to hold that, really working these muscles for about 15 seconds, and then I'll come down. Oh, and I'm getting a hip cramp even because I'm trying so hard. So watch here. I'm going to start rocking back. Watch the difference in the angle from the time I start to rock back to when my forefoot actually comes off the floor. So I'm rocking back, and there it comes off the floor. So that means in this range, it was about this much range, I have the range of motion, but I don't have the muscular control in that initiation. So that's one of the things that we're really working on. Again, it seems like, well, that's so ridiculous, but I want to almost be able to pull myself into my edges and be strong in that position. So also when we improve our dorsiflexion, it can help us be a little more comfortable in the RVH sometimes, but you gotta know your steering. You gotta get intimate with your ankles. Don't just tie them up in that boot and leave them there and think the skate's gonna do all the work. You gotta teach them how to work. So there's an advanced mobility stuff for your ankle. If you want other advanced mobility drills, it's strategicmobilityforgoalies.com, and the link will be somewhere around. You can check it out. See you.